Net Game Radio, Shoutcast, Music Show, Lemon Party.
What?
Okay, welcome back, gamers. We're back with round 2 between Endzone and GoGo Power Rangers. My name is Triumphant Man, casting for Net Game Radio, another Net Game Radio Honcast. Joining me in the studio once again is Razor and Super Beta Tester Vile. So I'm just going to throw over to Razor. That match we just saw was absolutely electric. Endzone smashing it out quite fast. But what do you think we've got in store for us this match? Which it seems Razor's not here, so I am just going to roll over to...
Oh, sorry.
Okay, Razor is here. Go, Razor.
I thought you said Vile. What was the question again? I thought you said Vile. So
Okay. Well, we saw that match go down. It was absolutely insane. But what do you think we're going to see this match? What are your predictions?
Well, we're not going to see Ophelia. I'd love to see Ophelia. But we're not going to see Demented Shaman solo in mid. But you know, I'm hoping to see what GGPR can truly bring. They're number 1 at the moment, undefeated. So are Endzone, so I can't really say they're number 1. So these are the top teams with the CGI. So, I mean, last game I have to say was a bit of a disappointment because of that mess up, and the whole talk, the whole like half an hour of waiting sort of let me down a little bit. But I really want to see a real solid matchup tonight. This game, you know, if GGPR can actually win this one and go for a third game, that would be fantastic. So I am looking forward to it, and even though the trash talk does continue, I'm hoping these teams do get some good picks out. But so far for bans, we do have Soulsteel at Tremble, Thunderbringer and Gladiator bans. So Endzone are banning the Solid Heroes instead. Do they have first pick? I don't know. They do not have first picks. They are banning the stronger heroes this game, as Pharaoh is then banned. So it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of the game goes. But yeah, I'm looking for a really good, solid game, and I hope that comes.
I'm just going to mention that almost immediately we saw Gladiator banned straight away, and I mean, this is what, you know, we are going back to the phase where you play against Roger, you ban Gladiator. That's just how it works, and like, this is how it works in the scene. Like, you know, some players are just really good with certain heroes. You know, they just click with them, so you shouldn't let them play them. Like, Kuja was mentioned that every time, you know, these guys, like, every time his team plays against GoGo Power Rangers, they're not going to let True Skies play Dark Lady because he rips people new anuses with Dark Lady. Absolutely amazing. As we see, as we get Engineer banned once again, Pharaoh also being banned. Also seeing Thunderbringer banned. I guess they weren't happy with the way Class just tore them apart with that Thunderbringer. Just, you know, press R to win turned into that game. But definitely, again, Engineer banned, really not, I don't know, I don't think he's worth banning. Certainly, I don't find, you know, Spider-Mine's a great skill in a competitive scene, and I definitely, you know, his ult is now really terribly weak compared to the percent rate damage that it used to do. Again, Tremble getting banned, he gets banned all the time in the Australian scene, you know, either through a conventional ban or a gentleman's ban, but I don't find him I don't find him, you know, really a viable hero in a trial metagame, but, you know, he gets banned all the time. I will mention that Nomad, because he came out just yesterday, is banned by Cybergame Invitational rules. When a new hero comes out, they are banned for the next 3 days. However, remakes such as Engineer, even if like it's not a new hero, but you know you have half the skills remade or something, hero changes and tweaks are fine, so you can play Engineer. He is legal to play. Shipper also getting banned here, as well as Hellbringer. Now Hellbringer, who banned Hellbringer? It was It Takes More banned Hellbringer, so I guess they weren't too. I can't remember who played it. Was it? It was Chicanery was playing Hellbringer. Also may mention that King Jitters has subbed in for Deacon, so we've got King Jitters on Endzone this time round. But the first pick comes out. We see Myrmidon picked up first by GoGo Power Rangers this time around. Last game he was banned, if I remember correctly. So again, like I said, Myrmidon, very common pick, very popular in the Stone scene. It doesn't get banned a whole lot, but definitely gets picked almost every single game. Which Slayer also getting picked up by Endzone now. Just waiting on Chicanery to pick up his second hero. Not sure what he's going to go with. I think he's usually their second solo, unless they're planning to run Roger solo this time around. I think we will see TDA 101 and King Jitters on support. Although, hang on, last time I saw King Jitters play, he was running a solo, so maybe they'll have Chicanery on the support this time around. Not too sure how they're going to run it. It'll be interesting to see what they do. But I'm just going to toss over to Vile. What do you make of the picks so far?
So far, they're just cleaning up the support to get them out of the way. With a Legion Myrmidon, you can probably expect a Trilane As for the Hellborn, I am glad someone picked Slither. I've been eager to see that hero in semi-competitive play lately, and now it's in an actual competitive game, so...
Yes, as I mentioned before, that Roger Dodger plays a very, very mean Slither. You do not want to walk into him in a dark alley when he's running Slither, because he will absolutely tear you apart with it. So I do think we will see Chikanari swap the Slither over to Roger Dodger, and we will probably see him solo versus solo, and I reckon they will take Triline versus Triline if they possibly can, just trying to get the whole early game advantage, whole early game dominance, which appears to be Endzone's whole strategy. As we might see Miss Ivy. I don't know if they picked that up. But waiting on MK and Furby-Co to pick up the heroes. Glacier is, of course, a common pick. Usually see him roll. So also Bubbles getting picked up by MK. So definitely some stock standard picks. Of course, as Val was saying, get the supports clean up first, because you don't really want to pick your carry first, because it really leaves you open to getting counterpicked, getting hard counterpicked by the enemy team. And having a carry counterpick is definitely not a situation you want to walk into. It's a really crap situation. Although, as I was talking about Roger Dodger playing Slither, it's not happening, as we have Chikara readying up with Miss Ivy. So I'm just going to roll over to Raise this time. We see Class picking up Swiftblade. So what do you make of this?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. They got Swiftblade, they've got Slither, and they got Witch. I wouldn't be surprised, and doesn't happen often. It really depends on Brown's pickup. He did have a mid solo hero Grace pick before, but if he picks a solo hero with Roger, I can see Slither in a Swiftblade tri-lane with Witch. I haven't really seen Slither in the tri-lane too much. She usually doesn't like to. I mean, you don't usually tri-lane a Slither, but it's going to be interesting to see what Jitters picks up. We do have two last heroes picked up on the Legion side, with True Skies correctly picking up Dark Lady, and Booston picking up Demented Shaman. So they are going to play those heroes again, so hopefully this time it goes a little better for him. As we do wait for King Jitters, he does have about a minute left on the board, so we could be waiting a little while. But I do like the pickups so far for the Legion team. They're good, strong pickups, and it'll be interesting to see what King Jitters picks up.
So we have Class calling out, is that the exact same lineup from last game? It's actually not, because I got Myrmidon on the board. The Go-Go Power Rangers had Witchslayer, in fact, which TDA 101 on Endzone is rocking instead. I'm not sure what King Jitters is going to... Honestly, he was ghost picking affiliate before. It would not surprise me. Jitters is a massive, massive troll. It would not surprise me if he picks Dark Lady just to trash talk the crap out of Go-Go Power Rangers and saying, this is how you do it. Of course, we did see King Jitters miss a whole ton of point-blank rocks.
Already picked.
Sorry, not Dark... Ophelia. I'm not sure why I said that. We did see him ghost pick Ophelia before, and it would not surprise me if he picked up Ophelia to troll the crap out of Go-Go Power Rangers. Although we have Plague Rider picked up instead. Now, Plague Rider is not a hero I see that often in the Australian competitive scene. Seen him a couple of times, but really not all that often. But we are going to see him rocking and rolling out. But I'm just trying to think how they're going to run this. I think they're going to run Plague and Witch and Swiftblade in the tri-lane, have Chikanari solo with Slither, and then have the tri-lane down bottom, possibly taking I think Roger Dodger is going to take that Doctor Repulsor up mid, but we have a Glacius being swapped over to Boosted, actually, I think, and Demented Shaman taking it. Who's purple? Furby-Co taking Demented Shaman instead. Maybe they weren't happy with how the Demented Shaman on Boosted rolled out last time. Maybe he didn't want to play it. But let's roll over to the picks. Who favours what lineup? I'm going to throw to Razor first. Which of these lineups do you prefer?
It's a tough one. I can't really say. I am a fan of the Legion support heroes, so I really love Glacius, Myrmidon, Bubbles, Shaman. I really like those strong heroes. But it's saying that the support heroes on the Hellborn team are strong as well. You got Witchslayer, you got Plague Rider, both really strong heroes. It looks like the tri-lane will be sent top with Swiftblade, Plague, and Witchslayer. So strong tri-lane going up against, I'm gonna say, a solo Bubbles top. So it could be a bit tougher. It takes more to solo that. And we have on the Hellborn team, we have solo mid Repulsor. So Roger on the Repulsor and Chikanari as the on the bottom lane. Before in the first game, you were talking about upgrading careers, and both teams actually upgraded their Viz this time, and scouting around, just checking to see any first bloods, and the bottom courier will pick out the tri lane. So he now knows he's up against the tri lane, unfortunately. So I don't think he expected that triumph.
Looks like the Witch Slayer might be rotating. I'm not sure what he's doing. No, he's just running back and forth. But before this game starts, going to throw over to Vile quickly. Which one of these lineups do you prefer?
Personally, I prefer Hellborn because I am a fan of Dr. Pulsar and Slither. Plus, their lane compositions look like they would run much better against the opposing lineup. The only problem I can see would be Swiftblade having some trouble snagging a kill up top against a Bubbles.
Indeed, the only thing that worries me is as a carry versus carry, this goes late game. Although I don't think, I honestly don't think Endzone are going to let it run late game. If this does run late game, I think Swiftblade will have a lot of trouble carrying versus Dark Lady. We've seen True Skies get enormously fat before and destroy enemy teams by himself. But personally, I
agree.
I am going to prefer the Legion team for that reason. This game, just on the lineups alone. Also, I do prefer the Alpha Stroke potential. As we see Bubbles in a lot of trouble here, getting the Shell Surf off, managing to sneak away, almost getting smacked down. The taunt coming out from him, I'm not sure who there, but barely managing to sneak away. A nice Shell Surf getting him away there. Although we see a bit of pinging happening here. Furby Kirby has spotted Chicanery trying to set up a level 1 gank here on Myrmidon. So this is also interesting. MK is taking Myrmidon solo mid. I don't think we called that out earlier. So who's in the try there? Oh, Glacius here. Looks like they're going to try and get a counter gank on Miss Ivy here. She has been spotted up by that courier. So this is good use with the courier. Watching out for the gank. Miss Ivy could be in a little bit of trouble here. Glacius coming in. He's got the Ice Imprisonment. Hasn't gone for Tundra Blast here. The Magic Card comes out. The Weed Field comes out. Miss Ivy in a lot of trouble. Gets the Poison Sprout. But she could go down here. Another Elder attack. Will it go down? No, not quite enough. Oh my god, Chicanery magic. No, here comes the Magic Cup. Down goes Chicanery. Bloodlust going out to MK. So a good start. A good start for GoGo Power Rangers. Definitely something they want to see. Definitely good news because this is going to mean with Slither so far behind now, he's in a lot of trouble. It is really going to give True Skies an advantage. And as we said, True Skies wants every advantage he can get because if they get to late game, he is definitely going to be the driving force as to winning this game for GoGo Power Rangers. As Val, I think you wanted to jump in and say something there.
Not particularly. I was just going to agree with you on the lineups, and pretty much I was watching the same fight in middle.
Oh, no smart ass comment about Magic Cup?
Oh no, I already typed it out. I'm sorry to ruin all your fun.
All right. Anyway, Chicanery now jumping up into the jungle here. We've got him doing the just jungling, I guess. Interesting. I guess he decided he doesn't have any chance, which fair enough. He does have zero chance now shutting down that bottom lane, so might as well jungle. You're going to get more money, more experience, even if you do take a ton of damage. But I'm going to throw over to Razor now. Razor, we're seeing Chicanery get forced back pretty hard at the moment. Where do you think this match is going to go from here? Do you think he can get back into this game?
Not in the bottom lane. I mean, he does look like he's coming over again. He's left the jungle, but I mean, Dark Skies is now level 4. I really wish you could see experience, but he is level 4. And with a gank from mid, Boostin is basically ganking with Myrmidon, taking out Roger Dodger, so he's doing well at mid Myrmidon. I was actually going to comment on that. Myrmidon mid, it's very different. Like, usually 100% of the time Myrmidon is in the tri lane. And to see him soloing mid, I'm honestly going to say I've never seen it before. So interesting to see what the outcome of that is before. He is level 4. Did just take down Repulsor, so he's in the lead at the moment. Both teams at the moment, Dark Lady just free farming. He's level 4, Slither's now level 2, so he's doing alright. He's probably going to have to play it just like Bubbles, who sadly 4 minutes in is level 1, so Swiftblade. It's going to come down to Swiftblade versus Dark Lady, and Swiftblade is 21-10, Dark Lady is 23-9. They're almost identical GPMs, so it's going to come down to the teamwork from the teams at mid. But Bubbles in trouble. A double damage plague takes him down to less than 100, just over 100 health. So bad luck to Bubbles. It looks like Plague Rider did take the rune, and Bubbles will have to go back again. So it's just going to be sit here and get experience and just gank mid, I think, triumph.
Well, that's pretty much what Chicano's stuck doing at the moment. We see him hiding down in the trees. He's dug his way in. He's burrowed his way in. I guess that's what he's hoping to do. It's all he really can do at this moment. I have seen, going back to the Myrmidon, I have seen him run a mid a few times, and this is a situation where he's better off. Gets the Magikarp off, misses the weed field though. Roger managing to dodge it there. Of course, Roger Dodger being quite a bit of a dodger, but we've got Slither at bottom in a little bit of trouble. Gets hit by Tainted Soul, getting silenced now by Darkblades. He's been slowed by Entangled as well. The slow is on Darkblade. The port's coming in now, so Darkblade getting forced to back off. Slither barely escaping there, hitting the HP pot now. Plague Rider is bottom. They might try and turn this to run around though. The nukes are coming out on Darkblade. She's being forced to back off here by Plague Rider. As I'm just looking at mid, looks like Booston's going for another ganking. Booston playing quite an active ganking role here. Looks like they're trying to shut down Roger. They're just trying to turn the tables on Endzone. They've realized if they can stop them from getting any sort of early game dominance and just let Dark Lady farm up. As we see, though, the Graveyard Stun come out, but Booston's back in there. He's got the Tundra, he's got the Ice Imprisonment. He's probably going to go down here though, but he sacrificed himself to save Myrmidon. Although Myrmidon comes back in with the Weed Field, takes out Pimp Slayer. So it's quite unfortunate for him. Managed to turn that one around. So nice work from who was it? MK playing Myrmidon. So nice turnaround there. Definitely good work from Booster, just coming and sacrificing himself, dying in the process, but saving Myrmidon's life and setting up a kill for him. Now this is where it's going to get interesting. I think we're going to see Roger. Dr. Repulsor has hit level 6, so he's getting quite active. Jumps in on top of Myrmidon, and Myrmidon managing to leap away, but getting chased down by the by the Ludicrous Speed, getting run down there, just auto attack to death. But Val, you're a big fan of Dr. Repulsor. Do you think he's doing him right at the moment?
Yes, he has a, I guess, normal skill build, you would call it. You would go for the pull over the other two spells, since their scaling is abysmal. If you go for the pull first, he has pretty decent CS for what he's going against, and netted 2 kills. He seems to be doing pretty well for a situation. His GPM is rather low, but
he did get
I can't really see him doing too bad right now. Yeah, he's been ganked quite a few times, so I mean he's not doing terribly, but he's not excelling as well as he could have.
Fair enough. I think definitely how Dr. Repulsor gets into this game is going to be pivotal, because at the moment, with Slither so far behind, and looks like at the moment, Witch Slayer and Plague Rider aren't having the impact that they thought they would early game. So really, any chance that Endzone have of early taking control of this game and ending it early really is going to lie in the hands of Dr. Repulsor and how he can control this game. But Myrmidon's been doing pretty well against him. Boosted with Glaciers has been quite vigilant, trying to keep him down. So definitely some good play from him. As I'm just watching another Weedfield come out at mid, hitting Dr. Repulsor, although he taps his Blood Chalice and then pots up. So it looks like he's getting ready to go again. Might manage to run down Myrmidon here if he decides to go on. But I'm just looking at bottom. It looks like Booston's calling for some ganks. He's picked up early boots. So as I said before, Booston playing quite an active ganking role. Might get spotted up here. Has to run away. Possibly going to get nuked here by Plague Rider. No, Plague Rider deciding not to spend a nuke. The Tundra Blast coming out. Although really doing a sweet F all there. Just not doing anything. And the Demented Shaman and Dark Lady not being in a position to help. I'm just going to roll back over to Bubbles at the moment. What's he got? Nothing. He's got absolutely nothing. Stuck at level 3. Also going to have a look at the GPMs, although it looks like we've got Dr. Repulsor rolling up top to pick up Bottle, that double damage room. Yes, he does have an empty bottle ready for it. Bottle's double damage room. We probably might see a dive on Myrmidon here in a second. Myrmidon has only got 777 HP, and Dr. Repulsor could potentially, yes, he is using that bottle charge now. I think he is getting ready to dive him. No, he's backing off here. Might be going bottom. It looks like we've got some action bottom. Dark Lady pounding on top of his opponent there, although Plague Rider managing to port away. Nice work. I think Slither threw off the poison spray. Swiftblade comes in. Swiftblade port at bottom. Ults Glaciers. The Swift Slashes. The Graveyard Stun comes out on Dark Lady. He gets hit by the Minimize as well, though. He gets buffed up by Unbreakable. Now hitting Dark Blades again. Swiftblade in a little bit of trouble. Dark Lady now having to back off, though. We've got Witch Slayer, the Pimp Slayer, no boots, so the Graveyard Stun comes out, barely catch him, though. I think it's only a level 2 there, so didn't really do as much damage as it needed to. We see Myrmidon going down, though. Dr. Repulsor jumping in. And then Dark Lady with that double damage in a little bit of trouble gets hit by the freeze zone. Nice work from Boostin. Freezes him and takes him down. Dark Lady again with the Dark Blades. Looks like a bit of trouble here for Swiftblade. Might go down if Boostin can keep up with another spell. Gets the freeze off. There we go. Gonna go. No, he's got the enhanced marches. No, the Tainted Soul comes out. And good work from the supports cleaning him up. Boostin definitely doing some good work here with his roaming role. But Razor, how about Boostin? He is doing very well for the way he's playing.
Oh, that was a really good play. You know, they at the start it was a bit shaky. I mean, I'm not sure who went down really quickly. I think it was Bubbles. I think Bubbles got melted really quickly. But going from that, you know, it was Myrmidon. Myrmidon got melted really quickly from a Swiftblade and Repulsor. But it was a really good play from Boostin and Demented Shaman. You know, Shaman with the cape and the heal saved DL, and DL did really well herself. You know, turning on Swiftblade a couple of times while he had that cape on to save himself. And a gank on Myrmidon will be unsuccessful. A nice magic up there does stun Swiftblade, so not going to die today. But yeah, it was a really good play. I really enjoyed watching it, and it was really good how the teamwork that they had was just really well done. But gank at top, maybe again, will we see a Swiftblade ulti? No, we won't. But he is just continuing to farm at this the top lane. Same with Dark Lady, who has got a sustainer. Swiftblade has got enhanced marches and a life tube, so it's all about the same. Gold per minute for Swiftblade. He is sitting at 329, and Dark Lady is sitting at 303. Going down bottom top though, Plague Rider might go down. He will go down to a Bubbles. Bubbles getting him. Myrmidon in a bit of trouble though for Oh, big play. Will he go down? He will go down. Bubbles. Big play for Myrmidon. Does save his life. Does save Bubbles' life, and Bubbles taking another kill, but it was a really good play there, taking out Swiftblade. What do you make of this? As we see Repulsor is coming up the river. He is going to try a gank along with Witchslayer. The two heroes from Legion of Shadow way up. Scyther might die, but Repulsor is coming in for a kill. Scyther goes down. Repulsor will take out the turtle. Witchslayer comes in, does a double stun, takes out Glacius, and takes out the third. A hat trick coming up for Repulsor. Really good play by Witchslayer, and Repulsor coming up the back and cleaning up. Unfortunately, Scyther went down trial.
I'm going to say that was a pretty big overextension there. They could see everybody was missing. They haven't got top room water. They really should have backed off there. I mean, Dark Lady hasn't been harassed. He should have been telling them, you know, guys, they're probably coming for you after that fight. But anyway, I'm also going to point out that Bubbles did make a bit of a mistake with his initial Shell Serpent Burst, Song of the Sea on Plague Rider. He overshot and ended up only getting on the far side of Plague Rider and missed Swiftblade with his Song of the Sea. So in the end, Myrmidon went down to Swiftblade. He would have been able to kill him without getting taken out if Bubbles hadn't screwed up that Shell Surf there. As Razor calling, what's going there, Razor? Only losing.
Sorry, never mind.
Okay, never mind. As I'm just going to throw over to Vile again. What do you make of the what do you make of the action so far in this game? Is there anything you think could have been done a little bit different?
The last team fight on bottom was really weird. The Swift ran around a Dark Lady who had 400 HP and a cloak for almost 3 seconds, doing absolutely nothing. I thought that was kind of useless of him for that entire team fight. The other team fights have been pretty action-packed, I suppose. DR cleaning up here and there. And it's evened up to 8-8 at 13 minutes, so still no one's perfect game.
Indeed, it's quite close. It could be quite interesting how this game goes. And of course, True Skies still not quite managed to finish. Hasn't quite managed to finish his new Ruined Axe. Of course, Ruined Axe now taking 2 broadswords instead of a Bastard Sword in there. Definitely one of the more interesting changes in this patch with the removal of the the Bastard Sword and the Halberd. But it looks like Go-Go Power Rangers have decided they didn't like what happened to them getting analed there by, I think it was Plague Rider and... it wasn't Plague Rider. Was it Plague? No, sorry. Getting analed by Dr. Repulsor coming up the river behind them. So they put some wards up to defend them there. Actually, they've got 2 wards up watching all the approaches coming up into there. As we see up the top, the Plague Carrier comes out. A little bit of trouble. Unfortunately, still getting both of them. And then bounced into the creep wave afterwards. So a double kill up on top. Swiftblade taking a bit of farm there. So nice work from him. But just checking out the GPMs at the moment. Dark Lady is sitting on 329 gold per minute, while Swiftblade is sitting on 332, so quite even, although arguably Dark Lady the harder carry. But creeps. Class is on 75 creep. Dark Lady's on 83. So I don't know. Maybe it's the Cisco. Maybe it's the Cisco. No, sorry. I know. Class is on a few extra kills though, so that's probably what's put him ahead there. But at the moment, Val. Oh, sorry. I'll throw it to Razor. At the moment, Razor. Which team do you think is ahead at the moment? Really?
In terms of carry, working it out, neither team. Class has completed boots. He has 1,200 gold saved up, so he has the first piece. And Dark Lady is 1,000 gold from Vicious boots, so they are literally even. He has a Rune Axe, Dark Lady, and boots. So. Just marches, so he's not completely farmed, but he'll just continue to farm. But in terms of ahead, Roger Dodger, he is 6-2, so he's doing really well. He has picked up Steam Boots Power Supply, so the basic items, so it'll be interesting to see what he goes for. He does drop down onto Glacius, who is losing his health very quickly. He does lose his health, and he does die to Roger Dodger, so Roger is now 6-4 with Swiftblade trying to take out his bubbles. It's not going to happen. A big catch onto Slither will stop him. Swiftblade is chased with the Enhanced Marches, takes him down, so that's 2 kills there for Endzone. Really well played, Roger, using the haste rune and his ultimate to really to take out Glacius. So they are now 2 down. They might go for a attack on this tower. It is on full HP, so we might see a early push on the towers here, Triumph. But at the moment, I will give it to the Hellborn team who are ahead.
Hellborn did come out. It was a 5v4 situation with the Hellborn not having Dark Lady in the fight there, although she is pushing bottom at the moment. I think this is definitely, it really depends how fast these guys, how fast Endzone can actually end this game. If they can't really start putting the pressure on, they might be in a little bit of trouble. As we see the ports coming out top. Will they manage to take this down? They will. A good stun, a good graveyard stun. Although the Kelpfield comes out. Swiftblade hitting the ult though. Class is going in. Balls to the wall. The ult comes out on Myrmidon. Myrmidon goes down to Witchslayer. Swiftblade still spinning around. Taking out Bubbles, who was trapped by a magnetic pull. The opposite charges working out. Dark Lady did arrive to the fight there, but in the end, too late. And now she's being chased off here. Wasn't able to really have any effect. Her ult wasn't up, so she couldn't confuse the crap out of them with that. So definitely 4 players going down for Go-Go Power Rangers. Not looking good here. It looks like Endzone is stepping this one up. But of course, Dark Lady has finished her. So Rune Cleaver now, as Val was calling me out on it before. It's a Rune Cleaver now, not a Rune Axe. So just waiting.
Oh, I was just teasing you. The name change, it's silly, but they changed a few other names, I guess, to help with the Dota conversions.
Indeed, or just maybe make it shorter. I mean, the change for the braces, of course, now just called braces because, we only ever called them braces when we cast, so there you go. No longer a bolstering armband. But we've got Witchslayer rolling out top. He is picking up that illusion rune, but definitely, Dark Lady needs to step up her farm, needs to step it up quickly and get some more items because it looks like Endzone are going to try and end this one. Swiftblade spinning into Myrmidon here, managing to dodge the weed field. Class getting aggressive, no backing off now, just backing off slightly. Witchslayer, looks like Witchslayer TDO 101's getting into position to set up a gank here if the Legion team push up too far. See the Tainted Soul coming out on Plague Rider, although it looks like he's going to back off safely. It doesn't look like they want to get too close. I think Witchslayer has been spotted up. Although no, yes he is actually. He's sitting right in front of Boost and towards it. He has been seen. They're not going to make that mistake of getting too close. But all 5 Legion players are at mid, although actually as I say that Dementor looks like he's getting ready to stack the Ancients for Dark Lady, who is going to try and get her Rice on. That said, TDA 101 has got a nice ward there, spotting up the Ancients. Of course, they are aware that Truth Guys is going to farm his little Vietnamese ass off and trying to get those creep stacks. So I just heard Glacius firing a Tundra Blast off at someone. Didn't see who it was. But Myrmidon having to back down here. They might try. No, are they going to try? No, they're not going to try and steal that creep stack. Looks like Bubbles has rotated bottom to stop Miss Ivy from pushing. They're just going to clean this up with Perfect Curve just chilling there, just picking up some XP. We might see a mid push here. That mid tower is quite low, 156, almost into deny range. I think we are going to see Endzone push this one. Class just diving. No, dives in for an ult. Bam! Down goes Glacius.
Oh, no.
Absolutely shattered. And that's an easy tower there. The Tainted Soul coming out on Swiftblade, but in the end just backing off, not even getting hit by the magic up there, all the weed field. So it looks like Endzone again getting quite aggressive. Roger Dodger looks like he's setting up. So the Plague Carrier goes out. Looks like there's some trouble here for the Legion team. Although Dark Lady, good work there, managing to bait that Plague Carrier out of position and stop it from doing any further damage. We might see another further push. Magikarp going out again, hitting Swiftblade, not doing a whole lot. Graveyard Stone coming out on Dementor Shaman. Could be a little bit of trouble here, getting hit by the toxicity. No, just healing up. And